back. You have a good coverage when you
go back, please. Go back. Go back.
Pinaxtv suni mfanchi kese mashefo ni Ghana fo nyina ena mene wo say Evangelist Reverend Dr. Mama Pat Patricia Isiama aka Agradaa wakwakopie mu wo eye Amasaman High Court wo hwe eye nipa na abodompe mu honoma wo nyina ebehe Mama Pat wo bepie mu wo court na enya sem ketwa na nyina yenim se Mama Pat last year ni mu na court tena nensem so a wo mo sentence no to 15 years in prison. Na if you want to know any use Mama Pat the say Nsawam females prison and at wo a woman na say you hunu say wo make appearance to court cases bibria wo appear biblical there you hu say wo make appearance na there asem no court atimi atena so awia ma asem na kwakogu any ade ene court Mama Pat ekopie mu no abusuafo efa eye appeal a wo ye ede afa eye 15 years jail sentence ye de ema no efa niema bi a wo ye about 3 years ago Chalantanic advertisement any idea woko ye efa all night bi anu wo be ye ho a ene odi sika we ba mebo ho ama say ni ade amanfo eko ede ensem ne ekoda in court court akwaniaba last na chese court na sem ne ho no Mama Pat ya sentence no to 15 years ne lawyers ebo mo homode ne ye wo mo afemu de bia say wo mo ebetimi atimi aje appeal ama Mama Pat ne no and for some time now ne who say lawyers for no wo mo edu wo mo nkrata ne ade akwakọ dan court nso edi ekire ye de wo betimi aye na enne a January bosome ne de toso eduonu ba committee 21st January na ye share say Mama Pat ensign emepie mu wo court enti say de hu no screens ne so no sa pepepe enne Mama Pat waje ne white long sleeves ne skirt tin aje ne nose mask de handkerchief akata na nim eni hu say prisons officers enso bata ne ho a wo mo ebo ne ho ban na Mama Pat edikopie mu wo friend say Amasaman High Court na High Court a wo mo ekopie mu wo ho no wonipa ba ko a ye sport no wo ho no nikunu Angel Esiama na sebe wo render I don't know more than like emotional support ne ade for say Esiama ya dear papa because from day one through thick and thin he has been there for a year Mama Pat and then so a year Angel Esiama the husband to a year Evangelist Mama Pat and Nasa Patricia Esiama and so ekopie mu ewo bia ebe kwakoshe video of a time Esiama eshia ne yere Mama Pat and how reception no ade nyina ekoye ewo court premises honum ye ba ye beto aso.
The chairman said Empress issue Agradaa requesting for 40 million Ghana cedis. 40 million 400 billion. It's a buy in a year approach you almost say Empress, who are a gospel musician and Mama Pat and so evangelist of the gospel. So why don't we settle the matter? And then the also say honestly Christian, then probably a mama shan on cry Hannah. So the tell you shena in CC. Enti a koba say Wajia to Musa Assembly be year court. Name moment all court no for lawyers. And I feel so no. Court now says 5th of February 2026. Ordinary judgment. Name moment Attorney General no work on you. So Professor of filing the written address no a file for man. So no file. Come file here. Judgment perfect for mature no appearance. One can answer study docket for the independent judgment. Name moment something unfortunate. Now statement so and filing it there. It's in a buy na Attorney General and no any ready. So mo be say court no say court no e man the break akra na address no on family. Then so ya dream say appeal na buy but most of the time they were challenged with the court below. That is second court in a man judgment. But their record of appeal ne ban pages be o man ni. If you call back, no more correct na man. The debate do have the pen driver na association no so nka. And the sako copy Emma Attorney General. Tine who say ankasa de yaba hatin. So na understand come to do mo de bani who say the request for additional time is just to further delay the case. The court now says 5th of February 2026. Ordinary judgment, Agradaa. Name moment now.
Madam, you go back. You have a good coverage when you go back.
Go back, please. Go back. Go back.
Madam, you go back. You have a good coverage when you go back.
Go back, please.
Abusiafo video kwahye no eye mama part eye ne presence at Amasaman High Court said the nsem nesifa ekoye na lawyer ni ayete ne nka no nso eye mama part ne lawyers ana wo mo atwem se ene awo mo ekopie mu ewo court no eye ade asem no wo mo atu e de akwakohye 5th of February sanse nkrata wo mo etwen yenimu efri eye de Attorney General Mechayira Dominic Ayeni ehonum no enya embedru ye and also nsemi fibra wo mo file ye no aye back and forth bibri na ya say bia like omo pese prolong issue no more like it, but from the way things are going, you know, amanfo bibri HM say Agradaa she might get bail obetimi enya bail from 5th February, so mo kwana bibia ekoso kama dia na chese ye share say Agradaa ebetimi amano ye be na appeal no ebetimi ago through ama wetimi every prisons. This is because prior to a year Ebrana Agradaa ebekwa kopie mu ewo court and na be sentenced to the 15 years in prison no na or other court cases are surrounding no appear biblical day moko chema na chesa Agradaa de appear biblical na deja ebetu social media so enu nso kopie mu ewo court edi nsem ne ho akwanya be wie ye na chesa ya fine Agradaa ne lawyers betu dwa se wo mu achia. Now another one nenu nso ewo honom gospel musician Gifty Adoye ono nso eni Agradaa enya banta bia na enya sem keto enu nso mo de nsem no ekodan court na anche ene beto odwa enrade ya ena sa update no nso eba ye chemu se yade ansem no efa Gifty Adoye ho no nso no wo mo free court wo mo settle no ewo efie na eno nsem nso no Agradaa lawyers no eba be twetwe mo chese Prez Gifty krase se wo trema wo tete pawo baby Agradaa eda no nti wajatum se ensem no munyi no mo meka no ofie mu nkyere mu no lawyer edi amaye nkutie emra.
There is a reportage going around say Enra no the Tema High Court no order Agradaa to pay 100,000, but that is clearly not what happened. Very amicable resolution. The ten say Empress issue Agradaa requesting for 40 million Ghana cedis. 40 million 400 billion. It's a buy na ya approach you almost say Empress, oh yeah, gospel musician. And I'm a part and so evangelist of the gospel. So why don't we settle the matter? And then require also church say honestly Christian. Then probably a mama shall not cry hano. So the tell you share na NCC. Enti ekoba say wajia to musa asem be ye fi court. Name no all court no for lawyers. And our fees so no, or some legal fees. It is some no abanas who trust there. It's only fair and illegal fees. You bet me aboa monetia. In fact, if I come boy, now it was almost 150,000. But you can say, as some can say a tree and car, you bet me I see baby. If you say, just say be a part sorry, I'm not can say, but if I say as me driver, it is a car boy and you chemu answer. Yeah, family, yes, I'm back with them on fat. Mama part on also for legal expenses. And I give 2 million to 100,000 at the mile. So it is never the case. She has been ordered to pay anything. An agreement, in the court, and there's also make an apology. And this answer she go down court, and a court need to as in a consent judgment.
Enti enchemu a ye Agradaa lawyer edema ye na ekokotie na chese we chema mama part said na enra air fly all over social media say court as order ne say wonchi 100,000 Ghana cedis emfa emma eye empress gift no ne lawyers for chema enye no krenye sa netie na emom wo mo any empress ene call eye entiase apam say wo odwadwumtuni a oto eye nyamenwuma Agradaa nso ye sofo bayi de ye entiase ne enka ni wofie no mu gitu mu a eye friend is legal fees ni ade no wo mo echi aya eye Agradaa echi 100,000 Ghana cedis edema empress asem no akwakowie enti amafo chem se de Agradaa nsem ne kona apia biblical case no ya scrapping it off ya deawie empress de no so aye settled out of court and so ye deawie enti say asem ba ko eda Agradaa nim appeal amafo chem se from the way and the lawyers netimi edi animu a settle cases nketinketi a etari Agradaa di ne ho no na che say we are looking at something good of Agradaa being granted bail sooner or later into na a new amount for share nimu kwan pass probably by a year the 5th February no mo ebekwa kopie mu e wo court no it is likely say you behu say ye maame ye Patricia Esiama Agradaa wanya ye bewa say no enenso court a wo mo ekopie ye no lawyer ni no nso ebetwetwe nsem ni mu fa ya wo che se say de o mo twe ni mu nipa bako mo twe ni say ya no the attorney general enti de ono nso de beba beto monten so no anase ne nkrata wo de ebeba bepie mu no ena wo mo ebegina so ehu the judgment on a year 5th February nti sabre de Agradaa appeal ena wo kwa ye hye se 5th February no wo besan akwakopie mu e wo court na yetie ensemo a eye judge for edibetu dwa based on eye ensemo a attorney general no edibeba na ebekwa kotie lawyer ni no wono nso ne nsem a wo de etu dwa na ne nsem ni nyina no mebo ne tofa na chese ne nsem opese wo che ne se Agradaa cases ni nyina right now it is being scrapped off say no nema bia na atochima e wo filing of appeal ni mu pen drives bia na wo mo ehu ni ade nyina say all has been found, everything has been gathered properly, details bia wo mo hia no mo gather ni nyina o mo document I already wo mo submitted those documents into assistance now na the person aka wo mo beten nka attorney general no chese ne nkrata na enye ready into wasrese wo mo emma no enna kakra enti enna kakra no ene eye from ene up to 5th February wo mo ebesan kwakopie mu ewo eye court na afeyensem no se de wo mu no wo mo de ni nyina atudwa but then people say Agradaa ne demeanor any ade wo kodru court wo dan adi no timu say she's really a repented soul. Others are also saying say enye de Agradaa be ne be mo so emotional about her because niema Agradaa dim kofa femu ewo krodue mu hanum say no enya asem ketwa enti enya de asebe they will feel so pity for her or anything but ebi nso chese they could see a repented Agradaa because from said the all year ne ho ni ade na chese otimi say ade ne etimi ne pa but we are just hoping say 5th February will be good because ni kuna esi aman so eje abasobode ebi chese nye emema nyina ene betimi aye de enje wasi ama etimi aye eje abusia Agradaa and ye share it is likely per the research and per what we are gathering there na chese bia yen can say 70% and 65% there Agradaa is likely to be released from a year prison but mind you you're releasing and you say you're releasing say on cost scot free ebia you be changing the punishment you know you the man and a big crap then you say you're releasing it completely but ebia you better the sentence so you better me at the sentence so from 15 years to maybe probably 5 or 6 and I say bibisa and we share said the near Messi quantity and actually say Agradaa it could be a good one for her now yeah share some comments been moving on to the next story way every GH Ramsey or say Ramsey is my name I just want to take this opportunity to wish my mom Asawa at Aguna Swejo she's 60 birthday today. Okay. Ene Ramsey mame Yejina Ramsey anemu ama a very happy birthday, happy 60th birthday. Onyame nsure na oma wo enkwa tenten. Yesere nyame ahoden enso ede ma ane. Enti abusiafo Agradaa eho asem na yeguso a ye bobo so no na chese ene wakwa kopie mu afi na wa join e dia na chese ne Agradaa akwa kopie mu ewo Amasaman High Court a wokusiki appeal for a year and the 15 years jail sentence yede ebo no fa charlatanic advertisement ne false pretense by false pretense ne ade otimu se kwadre de bon ne so asem ne so che yie but at the end of the day no ene ehu se ya bon 15 years enya asem keto ba ne lawyers nso eye adwuma so no ye adwuma den se wo mo ebetimi eyi no ade free ho if not say ebeyi ne completely like I said no sentence no eso ebeba ma enkoye gidigidi say 15 years ya ye nimi lawyers no ye wo monso wo ma afemu de bia e de aba wonso betimi e de wo comment at the comment section ni emu Abubakar say I like your positive energy. Abubakar, thank you. And na say a whole lot of things are happening. Producer oh yeah obi so like me energy na oh yeah we asem I was here for Agradaa and wasem enayeka ene de nikuna siama very gentle and sober na say wo munyina ehwe ni mu kwan say Agradaa betimi abefie sooner or later. Now ye movie on na ye call MPP any NDC amanyoko no akachi ebusia say the transport issues abeya ade a ha adwene wo krodwem ha pa esan say duanopa na wutisi monten so na wo hwe enipaku a wo mu gina kwa ho asebe wo mu enya ka emfa nko ba bia wo mu kokko ne ade a utimu say the transport issues no ekoso na no na a generate conversation bia beto monten so as say akoye banter for banter between the NPP and the NDC esan say nano amene wo ka say na ensem bi beto dwa efa MPP for ho a the current transport deputy transport minister and I say spenia woda the MTT do say Metro Mass Transit no anono wodi to dwa say ebra wo betina so say CEO no MPP for sabe Metro Mass and wo nyina no o maton ne say scrap anya sem ketwa che say unya bi po na ade ne aka na yekuma bi na wodi sansem we ebetu dwa na che say opeso chemu a MPP for enegu Metro Mass Transit na so ye sha Metro Mass Transit so MPP for initiative through the former president John Ajekum Kufuor na ebaye mene oka say former MD edema Metro Mass Transit Albert Eduboahen wono so ede nsem bia betudwa efa ra Haron Apau as say wono na MD edema Metro Mass Transit no wachem say ensem a wode betu monten so efa MPP for so omotonton Metro Mass na ascribe na enye nokre ba nokre wo mu no waba beda ne nyina edia say banter for banter no akosoro pa ebusia yenkotie nsem a ye Eduboahen ede tudwa
100 buses ne beba no na waka 120 buses were operational. Exactly. Over 800 were active.
Active na just how we bring
why ya pakisi but no na sa 800 active buses no na where were they
were scattered across the length and breadth of Ghana.
Na
who say you all around all the previously 10 regional capitals,
okay,
from all the so these buses were scattered around
across the country
of Ghana.
Fine. Now omo tombi as scrap. Now ya tomba up until that time, no. Now ya auction be a ton buses, ni be a scrap.
In 2012, Obi, omo ton ya shin buses no, na 400 meters no one penny for the buy. Omo ton ni na, odi you say jantin time ya na bibia nyira wo yase. Obetima check it. They sold those buses at 500. They pay Ghana 500 cedis.
500 Ghana cedis.
500 Ghana cedis
for one bus.
Exactly. Obi, there are who can be who's going to be a magic senka. Can you say? Mini nkan. Can be betina you can be document upon document. Can be
but and also no. it go through the same process they disposing of
Obi
buses.
At the time I'm establishing metro mass.
Yes.
Buses are now the adwuma na obi enibi. Oh my mo. The yashin buses no obi enibi. Down buses somebody by no obi enibi. Oh Ghana. The policy of the company was that say buses no you no live above it with a lifespan now. What you do is that we take everything that we need from the bus and leave the skeleton. They set up a disposal committee.
Yes.
And then they value through the nation's valuer. That is STC. STC valuer. That is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Omu valuer. Now you the amount of seniors. Omu
For a year, Edubuahin and Ayokoti Nensemwa Wadi Etu Jaya, the former MD at the Metro Mass Transit Limited, and at work as I say, no craba na NDC for then times before President John Dramani Mahama, Yebetuna dear so ama President Akufo-Addo Abano, na Omaton Metro Mass nibi 500 cedis crani adea, enyasem ketwa intensamwa, yera apeuredu, Canadian, no crebia, anymore. Say the question is why and canokre MPP for an canokre and NDC for an canokre. Well, the same issue, so no, you won't say the economy is booming and amount for Bibranasa NDC for and Sema Omo Canada na the ama economy no boomia fan and tamapa efran the gold board decision President John Dramani Mahama the buyer Sami Jemfi da anono and I just say boa stabilization in the economy no eba na eno sa no ena me no ka say yera Sami Jemfi ababonten de ensem bia babetuja efa good board no ho yenim say Ghana ha ye kra gold a ye kra no in its raw state see ye 2 ye no ye woro ho kakra na ya export e de kwa man hodo so no omo so de ye de omo pe de abreye but Sami Jemfi chirema Ghana is moving on a different tangent now before kra na Ghana eba be as say no gold bi ebetu no will refine it and sana ye de exporte e de akọ aman ahodo bi eso say ena Sami Jemfi ensem ni mu FI
quality services to the government of Ghana. The refinery, I can confirm, is implementing all the recommendations we made. We then commenced the drafting of an agreement between us and Gold Coast Refinery, which agreement has gone through rigorous scrutiny by the governing board of the Gold Board and our sector minister. Now, this agreement, which we'll be signing a few moments from now, is going to ensure that up to 1 metric ton of gold, in other words, up to 1,000 kilograms of gold that is exported by the Ghana Gold Board will be refined here in Ghana at Gold Coast Refinery every single week. And we hope to ramp this up through a gradual phased approach and ensure that we are able to achieve total local refining of all the gold we export out of the country. Let me say that Gold Coast Refinery has been very cooperative. They have not relented despite the challenges. There's a refinery that was commissioned in November of 2016 that has gone through several challenges since then. But I think that with where we have gotten to now, it's important to commend them for their persistence and their determination. They have not given up on their Ghana project. And what is even more exciting about today's occasion, and the agreement we are about to sign is the coming on board, or let me say the bringing on board of Rand Refinery by Gold Coast Refinery. As I've already indicated, Rand Refinery is the only LBMA accredited refinery in the whole of Africa. And it is our hope that by coming on board, they will bring their expertise, their experience to bear to enhance the technical capacity, the management capacity.
For Sami Jemfi, the CEO of a Gold Board, and I attain say what church Moses say no. Ever since I introduced Gold Board, no, as I said, Ghana for Bebrani and DC Funkasa making justification to the fact say Gold Board initiative no boa ama economy no Jena brane I mean the gold sector no so kokama because one of the things you name Ghana for is cocoa, gold, I mean bauxite near there. That is one thing we are so much into when it comes to exports in Ghana. And Sami Jemfi Chema say no said the debia nanka ye tam ye gold na ye 2 years said the benya no moto every mining companies ne hona wo mo export ya they export it in the raw state no say Ghana gold refinery wo mo aja to mu say wo mo ebe refine gold ne kakra wo mo de be fafan jamuni ade na fe ne value no akosoro what I say because when it is sent in the raw state no though value no okay no when it is being refined again value no den ekosoro enti se bia in the raw state no ye ton no in a certain figure bia who refine we na the kwa and also figure no be den ebe pushy it's high time Ghana yetimi something judiciary for ourselves because usha go near the kwa omo asa nane de yen sumade ne necklace ne other jewelries assign the breyan kasa so I mean we are starting from somewhere we'll refine it in the first state na ye de akọ na we are the price and I say value ayenya ewo the international market no it may arise akosho kakra so this is what Sami Jemfi say na ma for be say NDC for tokoso in the lane where they are right now there and the things I mean they think that MPP beba abemunu na che papa MPP beba no na che because right now we are seeing fuel prices dropping to single digits near there I mean say fuel station to meet breakfast there nice asem no are very critical are very crucial and if Gold Board HSA the directives no Sami Jemfi chemu ne dia eno so betimi aboa but then others of that session say and yes Sami Jemfi na recently IMF for ebe born na chi say wama Ghana ashriska all in the name of Gold Board na and as abrace was abetna sia omu chemu comment mi anchiremu ama Ghana for antiasie ye and some IMF for ebe betu about the loss through the Gold Board initiative na say so what the refinery issue about better happen so but then a lot of people are saying that it is good ebiso just say they are not really seeing how helpful it's going to be one kasa so awoshe no what do you make of it what do you think of it to me and will comment at comment section ni mu ye bejebre na ya kan de amamo but then for now no this is the new initiative Bekane say Gold Board through the head and I said the CEO Yera Sami Jemfi introduce it into the system. Now moving on to other matters no na ye bo era esoro no ma me the northern part of Ghana ye nim se boku recently no in tokwa ekoso ewo boku no abusuafo nya sem ketwa up until otumfo say to President John Dramani Mahama edidua ne so say wonye bribi emfanfa boku crisis ho wonhwemu yenko reconciliation yenhwe babia asem ne da ye se babia asem ne da wonfa nto we be de ne da wonfa nto we be friato ni yenhwe ne yenka asem no na after conversations after research with both any other the man present the Kosa says making appearance at Otumfo Ninchen no ni other no and na afi de Otumfo ede the final report at the Koma president na no more and a better just say Alhaji Seidu Abagre wono sebe tia wona ote akonya no so eno na na de ntokwa no eba no ne tia wote adware so no illegal na se wamfa kwan paso ankotena so wonimpa se na enyo no ene wo se wokotena dwane so se wo hene ena wokokotena so now eno ena na me ne okase abeto dwa se wakopia che no e de na kopie mu ewo eye NIB for akache me National Intelligence Bureau enya sem keto na no demonstration and amanfo aya enti wo hwe screens no so say Alhaji Saidu Abagri remanded in NIB custody over acting as Boku Naba without qualification enti na che say ensese enka wakotena so say Boku hene na wakwakwotena so enti ya che no ama wo National Investigations Bureau for akache a wo mututu na no na ede eye meka ne say demonstration by a year crop for a year man prusi for no womusu womuntiase ne entiase china na se munima wonkobusa eye history na history enkankyeremu na womu ebuafu yie pa anya asem ketwa binumu edo ma no de se matodwa to the extent say ye kyerema omu kyerema say President John Dramani Mahama anye bibia mfa ho de a ene Boko Haram eye terrorist group a womu tete Nigeria for no eno mu de ba bepie mu ewo Ghana ha say yenkotie nsem a womu de tudwa
God will strike him like this. God will strike him. I will never recognize Abuhuro. Where is he from? Thinking that you can use force to intimidate us. Never. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. One lie. We will never surrender. When there's no justice in Baku, there's no peace in Baku. We know that the president Ghana. We'll bring Boko Haram to Ghana. Ghana lies. If you don't have money with power, you can't do anything. Let them use the force. Let them use the force. No justice, no peace. NDC president is no justice, no peace. Power, you don't have money with power. You can't use anything. We don't know the president that is using force with us.
I will say for nature say nibra bayesi ni brain soja nanso we dey asa ni na asogon wanya sem keto sanso mu kire mu a se omanyai eye Alhaji Saidu Abagri enne a na che se enya de a wo muso bepene so na ne kina ma uti abrante ne nzema na woka ne de a so omanhwe ya Boko Haram ene wo mo edo wo mo ebeba bepie mu e wo krodie mu ha ebinum nso a wo mo ekopie mu nyina eka mamprusi family no eho a mo bepie mu e wo high court eye demonstration no benum nso ede wo mo ano de sem etu dwa eno nso yenko na yenkotie se de wo mo ekire sa ensem ni mu efaye.
We the Mapuches, we are peace-loving people, but we want justice. Without justice, there can never be peace. Without justice, there can never be peace. We the Mapuches, we are peace-loving people. Without justice, there can never be peace. Without justice, there can never be peace. That's our evidence. We the Mapuches, that's our evidence. That's our history. That's our history. Our evidence. See the history. You can read it. Let them bring their own. No. We need peace. 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 That's our evidence. That's our evidence. That's our evidence. That's our evidence. We need justice for Alhaji Saidu. 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 We need justice. We need justice. We need justice. We need justice. Without justice, there will never be peace. We need justice. Without justice, peace is the there can never be peace. Why?
Say, omodi side baako say nipa menu na eku obokunu nipa menu kusase with man pushes but say a president of Ghana on the side baako na support omo so omo na ekuta kurom no ya for fathers na tina kurom na be 50 obokunu na say omo say there's no escort from Boku to Bolga but omo to me escort omo from Boku to Walwali. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Me person we as we to say president on one side. Can a rock do ya na enye. Say me nipa omoja na show Boku bebre. Moja na show Boku bebre. What's me for one side? Let's support one side and one side. On me for this year and you for this year. Me jina and you for this year metima come Israel. I go pin A to Z. Ya na natina mu back 40 about 50 of Boku na only na shirga. But never menu betima betina kurom almost 400 years. no way on it tonight. I mean, no back feel once away no. Often 42 years here. 42 years. Name of political.
I'm not fighting with anybody. It's not about God. We don't have anybody who will help us. But only God will judge for us. They give birth to you as a thing in 1950. When they were chiefs and bias. You understand? Constitution can never change anything. You are saying, you know, when you are still a chief.
We now know that it is government to force on us. We want to say you don't want that. Let us do justice. Just stop busy. We need justice. We need justice. We want to let you all know. You know that when there's no justice, just stop busy.
Abusiafo na otimi hu se eye emrante the youth emabunu a wo mo ewo boko mamprosi group no ene wo ani abrese kwan a wo mo edi Alhaji Seidu Abagre efa so no enye emra kwan na President John Dramani Mahama wa hyase take site mampani enye sasa asumdwe beba boko na mo jahwe gu bebrebe ya ekoso ne bejae dia na enwo se sebe wo mo take site and mind you said the money abre no enya dia wo mo betiase ene betiase china now we just screens this one the protest no ena akwakofa asem e dia bra brantie ya woda so yi we sha say Ghana Crimes Limited breaking. This man is wanted by the Ghana police for allegedly inciting violence and making threats linked to the establishment of Boko Haram, the Nigerian-based terrorist group, with the intention of causing harm in the country. Intina say abrantie eni breni abufu nti wokoka say womo e de Boko Haram ebeba krodwe mu hanum say no kamia say Ghana police for ebonyu womo isan say ye chema waka de yenka enunti woda wanted a womo epe no ache ne dendenden. Now in the course of this demonstration ya dia koso ni nyina no ebinumo nso chirema otumfo say tutu sebe ono ene hina ono onim history ono kra ansana ye be wono no na boko ewo ho ahemfo seme ewo boko asase dadada enti ono enyina so ben ene wonya ya wode edisa results no ekomotum President John Dramani Mahama yenkotie eno nso emra ye ba ye beto aso.
Pacho, yeah, tia Ghana for you now. And I'm more of your measure, you know. I did a problem. Yeah, we say a problem because they ain't in make us. I should show much say you know in Amicia. SSC Ghana na ya wo no. Emrano enye jima e wo Ghana biom. Because they ain't in America say emrano enye jima biom. E say ya wo revolution. Because they ain't in America no. I dey omo ye nyina sisi ano omo pie out. I tire say omo force ye excuse ye man push for. Say omo pese omo excuse ya na say omo force ya. Ye need to be a betima the government akun. Ye ni police for nintakwa. Ye ni soldier for nintakwa. Ye ni security agency bia nintakwa biala. What you say? Ye no omo ina nintakwa bia. Ushanta kwa na say no man push ni wankun police ni bia. Omo ku police enye ba kun ya mienu. Ko sa se youth for na ekun no. Obi antima kashi omo ku mitigation officers omo ku soldier ni IGP akoboku omo tu ne ka tuo e ma na share bulletproof ye man push for ye nim say emra e wo Ghana enti asami na we nyina e ko ye no obi abonte kasa say ye pe edura himbria na na security ashow na omo ni pressure omo ashow wa chiu o dura na joa na security for omo social wachi and I say intelligent police for omo social for because of UPA kan no kure no and me be some journalists for na Ghana here aye wo no ye wo freedom of speak and I say ye need freedom of speak ye was freedom of speak ubeti makasa e dey here since ye ndidi obi atem ye nka kire obi say ye ka history e kire say na bokutie since right now I make a kire no soldier for no mo boku no they are intimidating us. Almost gives you a man police for the Kusasi for no. Because I dare see a Bokusi and young do 30 minutes. I made down Munyanimino. Overlord of Mampurgo Empire in the year last week I made about court no. Me young call ye, I mess at you. ya first bokunaba muntini ya first bokunaba na ali atabia ni grave so na soldier for eco leadi kusasi for say omumba ya busumu omumba ku nkuko ne ade bi wo na grave so ya na grave ento omodi law na to nche no mo excuse here anything ya papa President of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama kase NDC ba power biara esunja wa bokuru tama NDC wa power biara omo excuse here into number 1 omo miaye pa adiama opponent President of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama ya papa ya penny ya bra penny okona lergu no man le complain say omo ma escort e ko bokunu okasa omo ma escort okaya no edi besin omo ma escort within 2 weeks ya omo ma escort 1 sir and I say 2 sir sisi bibi ko ye from Tamale highway to Boku road no am ka say man push for na ekota akuku sasi for na bibi sa Ghanaians so na am robbers wa kwa nu and I say na am robbers ni ho am robbers attack obi ya
for na chese boko ensensemwa na yeguso aye hwe de ekoso no enipa bebre na wo mo eni enje ho ana wo mo bo enju wo mo eva boko issue we ho to be precise man pusi for na ye demonstration wo high court wo mo Accra high court mu chemu say wo se eye Alhaj Saidu Abagri wo mo ejai no animanimu ya because that man is the true hair and asa ono no ye the real boku naba wo se otena so na o hwe amamremu na o hwe history mu and he is the real person na so mampani akodi ebi mu afa na nhwehwemu otumfo ye no wanye ne ye according to some of them enunti na enei wo mo ache eye a wrong person for this particular issue ekoso ewoboko machem so monti ase wo mo de wo nsem ene wo mo de dan penimfo sempenimfo enye bribi enfa ho na aye very 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 crucial now yeah sorry eye boko nsem we esoa na ye kwa kopie mu ewo the health sector ewo Ghana hanum say na eho enaye the fourth estate mature investigative journalist Manasseh Azuri aye na him said the fourth estate no what de eye expose bi ababeto mountain so efa extortion na ekoso ewo eye the Greater Accra Regional Hospital aye nyina aye nim no as Reach Hospital na expose na wode aba no wato ne din say medical kalabule abusia Ghana ha so de kaso obi aye obi kalabule pa de na chese onim say watwi nipa na di ankasa na ekire mu eye Reach Hospital onom no say eye nurses for nia doctors for binumo ekonaive twitwi eye patients for dini ade through eye private eye pharmacy bi anidi ede access pharmacy no na eye Manasseh Azuri the fourth estate ababeyesa revelation na enei ede nsembebre ababeto emonten so we've gotten victims omunyina so ababe share yi wo views and eye opinions on the experiences they've had. We have a video of eye sansem wenyina ye bejebre na ebusiafo yakwa kohwesa video yeba yebeto aso.
Shortly after, she gets an invoice of 7,000 cedis. But while getting ready to pay, the pharmacy told her it was rather $7,000. The $7,000 bill shocked her, but desperation won.
They sent an invoice, first of all. Then when I told them, okay, how do I make payments? Is it in cash or transfer? So that I'll know how I'll get there, if I'll need to go to the bank, change money, or I can just do a transfer. So that was when the person I messaged now said he made a mistake and sent me another invoice, and the other invoice was in dollars, whereas the first one was in Ghana cedis. I actually told the person, I was like, hey, did you make a mistake? Maybe you intended to write 5,000 Ghana cedis or 2,000 Ghana cedis, but you made a mistake and wrote USD. And the person said it's not a mistake.
Why would the pharmacy in Ghana quote prices in US dollars to a foreign? Dr. Divine Bayumbala, the registrar of the Ghana Medical and Dental Council, is stunned.
Even though it's a photocopied document, on the face of it is an indication that the patient was seen in a public facility and this prescription is issuing from that public facility. There are other things that are here. We will need further explanation. For example, is it that it is a whole system? Because the system that is in reference here is something that will be there for use for several patients. So even though no specific amount is quoted, is it for use of the system in the public facility? Or they are procuring a part of it, some accessory from the private place to be used in the public place? It is all muddled up. And these are clear instances of, on the face of it, something that is professionally irregular, inconsistent with established professional norms.
The further stage reached out to Dr. Hassan Andani for an interview. We wanted to know who asked him to use the Access Pharmacy form. He stated that he was merely a trainee neurosurgeon and directed us to contact the appropriate authorities at the hospital. We subsequently wrote the medical director of the Ridge Hospital, Dr. Leslie Adams Zakaria, requesting that Dr. Hassan Andani and the neurosurgical team be made available for an interview on the issue. Despite repeated follow-ups, our requests were ignored. Perfect is given a number to contact Access Pharmacy.
So when I went there, my first observation was the pharmacy was really small. It looked more like a chemist than a pharmacy. So I actually thought I was in the wrong place and maybe there are like different Access pharmacies. So I still put it on Google Map and it showed me I was in the right place. So I entered. I remember the name of the person I met there was Peter.
For that is the expose a medical kalabule free the fourth estate Manase Azuri eba concerning a niema koso Ridge Hospital and some the video I share no some bimo testimonial one Nigerian lady a friend Perfect Sunday or no every Nigeria sebe na ni bema yare brain issues and there was one more surgery near de no mo be pie mu na say she was tossed between Morocco and Ghana and we decided so beba Ghana will be PMU ewo region abusiafo bewa ye de amanwa ya tworo sebe 7,000 Ghana cedis no woko yi through process bibia ye man forms ne ade afei woko baye no obetua ye se ade na dane $7,000 how and mostly forms no so pass through Access Pharmacy for any ade and to think that o share bewa na se form idea ma even surgical equipment according to medical friend say medical practitioners no idea it is being provided by the hospital and they be no ma sebe it has to be requested. The hospital has to be requested through procurement in the hospital no mwanya dia ye ni nyina omu fiche ni nyina of bill no so obekona bill na ye kukuruka na chese unhu ba bia sika na ekọ because it doesn't appear in the hospitals yebeka ne say wo mo system no emu a fourth estate for ebo mo homoden pa revelation no edebeto mountain so na efibra wo mo de sa ensem we ebeto mountain so no there've been other issues pop up ba any ade na me no ka say the Ministry of Health ababe responding to this particular issue wo mo nso ede nsem abeto dwa say we there e wo say wo mo etimi mu nhwehwemu e wo say wo mo fifi nsem ni mu na wo mo revealing the truth, the ins and outs and how all these things are going because enya Sunday nkwa na ade we ne ho. But then before you share Ministry of Health for nsema wo mo de betu dwan as you can see on the screen we fourth estate for women say medical kalabule, that is the title of the expose. Or say after we pay paid 103,227 Ghana cedis to Access Pharmacy and 30,000 Ghana cedis to Reach Hospital. My family was so broke we couldn't fly my brother's dead body back to Nigeria, so we had to bury him in Ghana. Perfect Sunday, a victim of a year the air coso our region or chemu say just a mudium husika nyina eketa for munya bema nama omantimimpo anko man a befitting burial ewo omoman eso nemom they had to bury him in Ghana because sika omo be fly in a crano na eyedin. Aside Perfect Sunday, there are other people. There is another person so are going through that same ordeal ewo Reach Hospital honoma ebushatimu say is a lot that is going on at the Reach Hospital. Extortion, then not just say it's not even only Reach Hospital. This is exposing the ills that is happening in the medical sector, and I say the health sector, because there are other people. We've experienced a couple of people who share their grievances. There was a time Obi Krashe and there with me to the fact say the relative at the hospital, the nurses and the doctors know that nipa assume that way he won't make it alive. Oh nyankwa, so you better draw ne board and udi draw ne ba ya. Yes, oh we lost her, oh we lost him. No matter draw na she one corner ni aton draw no asamo bi foforo nanso na usika ye dan kwahye usika ya de to draw so ya nyusumpo amfama or relative na wo yare ni ade. So a lot has been happening in the health sector. A lot of people share more opinion about it. Said this is an expose the medical unit, and I said the say health ministry, the Ministry of Health really have to take heed and do something about and same way now a press release a free Ministry of Health for a buy entry screens so enfama na share sema wo so edituja concerning this Ministry of Health this kalabule medical kalabule expose the fourth estate for ede ababeto emmonten so ye bejebre ne akan mu ne a kire wo so nsema wo de baye wo nsema wo de bani na chese they are ready and eager to investigate into the matter. You want a lot of exposes akoso ewo krodie mu hanum say entino with that they are ready and eager to work and then see what is happening. Nation video we right by beto so.
However, while at the hospital, he instructed a staff member to contact National Security.
No, just to let him know that we are here to do some activity with some journalists. If you ask what activity? Yeah. If not, then let's get National Security.
Shortly after, the Director of Special Operations at the National Security, Richard Jakpa, called.
I'm coming to interview him. I can't tell you about what it is about. You should leave there immediately.
Why is this a national security issue? Why should a simple interview between the fourth estate and a public official trigger a call from the Director of Special Operations? When National Security ordered us to leave,
you should leave there immediately.
It wasn't protocol. It was intimidation. And in that moment, we had to abandon the interview for our own safety. This is no longer about hospital practices. It's about power trying to silence accountability. Later, Dr. Kaba followed up with a phone call, and his lawyer insisted he will only answer via text. He sent a mail requesting that questions be sent to him so he could provide his response.
It is normal practice in hospitals for pharmaceutical companies to donate souvenirs in the form of writing pads to hospitals. Typical medications are written on prescription forms. Lab investigations are written on lab request forms and consumables. The consumables you referred to as tools are not medication to be prescribed on official prescription forms. Nonetheless, the practice was immediately stopped when the attention of the team was drawn.
Is it normal practice to have doctors or surgeons write your diagnosis and the things needed on a private pharmacy
No. That's inappropriate. Since I came here, I've never seen any other kind of prescription, and we don't. I've not seen any other prescription, a private prescription. All I've seen is a hospital approved ones, and it is not expected of a doctor to use a private pharmacy's prescription within the facility. Now the hospital has developed an implant policy where we try to get what we need in-house, and then we have developed a system where the request we made to our procurement unit, so we get exactly what the surgeons need, and then we can make that available to them in theater. So we are still in the process. We've not had approval from Director General, but that is a solution we think will help resolve a lot of these implant issues.
Does the Ghana Medical and Dental Council agree with him?
But to sit in a public hospital, as I'm made to believe, and prescribe on a private provider's form is most irregular on the face of it.
That is a shocking revelation from the fourth estate. For not just say and 70 air cost no crano. They tried to involve a national security or best stop you more from doing the investigations and all that. To the extent say they had to speak with the health for no and they've all spoken against this particular actor air coso the Reach Hospital. And earlier no medical so say the government through the health ministry the release about Montenso concerning this whole expose. The title is Medical Kalabuli. Mitre said the government has responded to it. Womonso edi omano the same ababetuja after video way started say go viral social media no so and say it was premiered on social media and has got a lot of people talking and sharing their views and opinion. Now the Ministry of Health and Nsawam womo edebetu dwanom enche yedebetu screens ne so ede amamu na yenyina ya jebre akinkan ajemu ntremu on what they intend to do, because this is not the first time expose be say akoso ewokroma. We've seen expose where we're exposing lawyers yehu de koye yehu kwesinya ntachide na ma 12 and no from Tiger IPI and no so de koye and de no every the fourth estate Manasseh Azuri na eba concerning the Elsa Ekoso Reach Hospital. Enti way Ministry of Health, Republic of Ghana press release fourth estate investigative piece on Reach Hospital. Or say the Ministry of Health has taken note of an investigative report published by the fourth estate media house on the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Reach, which has since been circulated widely on various social media platforms. Into Mutrema, the Ministry of Health Enhudia Ekoso about a investigative reporter at the fourth estate at the Abeto Montenso about Reach Hospital. Or see the ministry sympathizes with patients and relatives who may have been subjected to any form of unprofessional conduct in any health facility across the country. Into Mutrema Womosrepa say abusia ene enipa binuma sebe yamfo omamfa kwan paso ewo say health sector nimu ewo Ghana fanai bebia no womo esre womo a so womunya abutoyemu. Or say the government remains committed to reducing the stress and financial burden patients face in assessing health care. Intina wotrema aban aye na famu de bia na so bon homodin bia say or how any amania aya nipa bebrempempi ye femu no say ye pe ayarehwe papa ye femu no mpe so mo bom homodin say bre ni nyina eso ebete. We are however deeply concerned and surprised by some of the revelations contained in the report. In view of this, the ministry considers the issues raised as serious and deserving of thorough examination. Nti omu chema ensem we pie ba ye ewo eye expose ni mu eye omo wan ye pa. Nti omu nso omo ye krado se omu ebeye nhwehwemu e de afa ensem no. So accordingly, the Ministry of Health is in the process of constituting an investigative committee to look into the matter. Into enche omu beti ekua ometena se no wan ahwehwe ensem ni mu. The committee is expected to submit its report within 14 working days. Inti na say committee aye beti womo ede ena bako edu edu nine eno mo ede be ye adwuma na omotimi ede mo report ababetum montin. So the ministry expects the full cooperation of all relevant stakeholders, including the fourth estate, to help unravel the facts and provide additional details necessary to ensure accountability and improve service delivery within our health system. Intina chese omuchema omobesre pa ni pe nam nensa so ema video webeto monten so the fourth estate Manase Azuri eni ni team no mombo mohomoden say dubra omo ehia womo a womo ebetimi aba abontene na womo ede ensem a omo so omo hia beboa momo ho asem ni mu nokre no etimi aba beto monten eso. Now after a year ensem the health ministry no ediabetuja no, the other revelations in the video are the medical kalabuli ehwa eno nso ababe kan yensa yebejibre na yahwe visa video no nso etie ensem a ekoso ewo ho yenhwe video we emra na yento aso.
I wish no one to be sick to go to the hospital.
The first person took my 9,000. The money is gone. I didn't ask him, and she didn't say anything. I paid into a private account.
I actually told the person, I was like, hey, did you make a mistake? Maybe you intended to write 5,000 Ghana cedis, or you made a mistake and wrote USD. And the person said, it's not a mistake.
On the face of it is an indication that the patient was seen in a public facility, and this prescription is issuing from that public facility.
And I asked, at least won't I see what I'm paying for? They said, because it's for a brain surgery, it's a very sensitive tool, so it's going to be taken directly to the theater.
Is it normal practice to have doctors or surgeons write your diagnosis and the things needed on a private pharmacy part?
No. That's inappropriate.
And these are clear instances of, on the face of it, something that is professionally irregular, inconsistent with established professional norms.
Nobody really wants to confront such activities. Without putting my life on the line, I don't mind.
I'm coming to interview him. I can't tell you about what it is about. You people should leave there immediately.
That is a yes, some of amount for experiences Mumugoyi through because of reach hospitals and near money and some sick extortions near dear illegal payment of money be it doesn't go into the system of the hospital no then you na ebeton mountain. So we saw Perfect Sunday. This is another person onunso share experience the fourth estate cover and you na eboa no edebeto mountain so, and you could see clearly say the ekoso regional if it said they would a whole investigative journalist, a professional investigative journalist as such. This is not the first time we'll make a revelation and someone no so behind every rumor no there is an iota of truth somewhere no denya sem no krebe wo ne fa baby and wuti and someone a free a year these victims ehonom badia na say a lot is really going on. People are paying huge sums of money. It is going inside the pockets of other people, not even in the coffers of the government. And to think that whatever they are paying for, no, they are not supposed to pay for some of them, because it is supposed to be paid and is supposed to be provided by the hospital and answer the health agency in question. Now, so here we are, people are paying huge amount of money to the extent say they and say ubetue say scanning in abewie no na eventually enipa na sebe uche scan say ebeje ne nkwa no onipa no nso afri atiase for asase. So you could see say and some of the so, and we are happy say the Ministry of Health has responded clearly to this expose Alberto Montenswa. They are readily and gladly working to get a committee umobetena nsem so na wo mo ahwehwemu na yehu ba bia nokre ne day eda. Amen. It's high time all these ills and neema unprofessional things happening in the various health sectors and as a various health organizations, you better so because this is not a lot is happening. And yema be because of for this is just the tip of the iceberg. And yema ekoso so I already stated some. If you how if sabi when him say edru akoto no ye mfa nya hwe. So obema akoto edru na ba at the end of the day no ye beton e ama another person onunso ebeden onunso beto. Meanwhile sika no ebekwa kogu obi botom na say as ye adwuma edegu nkofo botom anesa. And it is very sad this is happening. I don't know why no, you can leave your comment in the comment section. Ebejebre na ya kan ede ama on this whole expose thing and a medical kalabuli revelation here Alberto Montenso. Now let's head to the National Democratic Congress NDC amanyukono akache eho na ensembebre ekoso lately you so many abrepa omohwese ombetutu bibia ye ewokrom ha. One thing the NDC introduced when they won election no team oral operation recovering all loot. Now Amafo said they are not really seeing the effectiveness of oral and there and a whole lot of issue. But then the chairman for the National Democratic Congress Ayeye Johnson Asiedun Ketia aka General Mosquito Edin Sembia Babe Tuja which say oral no I mean what it be say Amafo say is a witch hunt to an answer manhunt to the NPP, the New Patriotic Party. But then it applies to NDC as well, not only the NPP. Wa church and sembe bremo e de afa ho yenkotie no emba.
Aba fan musika aba etwa wayire ya metia eni bosia omo agina ya namu apa akobo no ukani nyina bomua eburu kwa memproma sika onya ya odi ya kutumbu dam no ne project akese enso bisa o se ede ben pa de enya free enti Ghana for se ya nya bia free mu dia esese ya hwehwe ma bia sika no apa akose na ye bo modern se ye beje na asotwe atakro na ye nsansani bi beto ho se ochina bi ye fi ho kwa na se bi aboaboa bibi anu ato a obi nsan fa ba megogu bi enu nti ne ye se obi a wa mere oman sika ye be mia nkom no afi
ye kan asebo se question of reading muyi wa kasa ko ye se ni kina ready na ye ko na ye hwe enku tuma enema ekoso every na Agradaa efa ye na reaso na the question of reading okay question of inya ma fine
Say Nasi Dunketia, the national chairman, Edima, the National Democratic Congress, in Ikuti in Semwa, Wade Etuja, about the fact that a Nema Bibriana say a lot of Nema Atochima because of the choices of the New Patriotic Party. But Operation Recover All Loot is ready to work and serve its purpose by making them accountable for every penny and every dime or more spending. And that is what will happen to any NDC member. So edisika ewo krodwe mu hanum essay. Now in view of that no ene me no ka say said the enim no one person asabre ono so nsem eda dwaman so amanfo bebre have so much interest in it abranti out that screens no so Frederick Kumi aka Abu Treka amanfo bebre na omani edi nsem we chesan say yete ha ena beto just say Abu Treka ade FBI for enya ne dendin dia omo pen extraditing dina ko USA over alleged 8 million US dollars romance scam. Na in some no akoye court case mudi court akwani back and forth any ade okwa granting the bail any ade me no ka say wasa akwa kopie mu ewo Accra High Court. The previous court wo mo ekoye no the lawyers e de batudwa say wo mo try say nko mo benya bail condition e de ama wo no eni nipa mienu a wo mo eka ne ho nanso judge ni na ho honom no anase magistrate no ho no anya ntumu sa so chema nipa e wo so wotena asem no so na ni wonti age wono akasa den eba ene wokopie mu e the Accra High Court the lawyers are filing for bail application e de ama wo no ene enipa mienu a wo mo eka ne ho na wo mo kopie mu court honom no the presence was very solemn. It got a lot of people talking yenko ne enko video no emra. Abusia we bra Frederick Kumi aka Abu Treka ekopie mu the Accra High Court na ensemo amanfo after this video no I started circulating here the fact say Abu Treka yenim no waya branti a ni modu kama or body honam enso ene ye hwe ne appearance out mu say asem no edureni na nkasa atwe no bema because bema afon bema lusu weight na say a lot is really going on e be say it is long overdue. I was say womo grante Abu Treka bail wo ensensema koso no ho. Now the man here so intriguing is the fact say ebra womo ekopie mu court no a lot of people were looking forward to see the lawyers of Abu Treka. I say the previous court session na womo have ye no ye hu say the lawyers ne ba bonten womo be kasa very bitterly about kwan aye fa so aye treat womo client Abu Treka. Now so ene dia womo ekoye no enyesa ene koye because usha said the lawyer ni pi amanfo che say ase asem no enya de na wie ye no ebeye papa yenhye the movement of the lawyer yeba yebeto aso. That is a lawyer near wojinemu de ama Abu Treka. Now ebusia for we share the demeanor of lawyer you can fast so o pie ya che say one blogger be animo one share ni media house be anim onye no an say wato ne nsa wo twem say wo mo afile for a bail condition into mo share baby ansem ne be de ebe kwakodru. But this was the same lawyer previously no na che say wo person wo che say law school no wakoche mubia wenim bibia I mean from the head to toe and the tails and everything no wenim de oka wenim de oye enye te se bia wo sole prekope no ogina ho sa na se bibisa keke no by and then no say they why so calm sober the session the bottom a wo tu ne nan ekoye no and amafo chim say looks like all didn't go well is and say ye hwe de ekona it's not really encouraging as expected. Intena me no ka say there Abu Treka ni case no eda soa e wo court the lawyers for I pray for a year bail condition ede ama a year Abu Trika. Now there is a video here I know so fast and same way nyina ehun yenko share enu so emra.
Go back.
Ebusia na chese the video no in question no efabra abucheka kopie mu kotonom pia wo pie ni ade nyina. It's just a scene of how things unfolded ewo eye court. But me no ka say the High Court is yet to rule on the bail condition that was filed on behalf of eye Abu Trika. Enti ye nyina ye hwe kwan hwe nemu say den na court no ebeka ede afa eye Abu Trika ne nsensem we hu na so ni nyina mu no ne extradition case a ewo eye Gbese district court no eda so a ewo honoma eno no eye 2nd of February wobeko akwakopie mu ewo ho na eno nso ye hu ba bia ensem ne be den ebeko ba we ya wo mu kopie mu ewo High Court no na wo mo ede file eye bail condition see ebe yi omo ebi a yebetimi ayi omo nanka ebedru 2nd February no they won't be in the custodies necessarily, but they will still make appearance at the Gbese district court no makotie baby a ensem no wo makeka ye den akwakodru nti no na ye hwe ni mu kwan say as to whether the High Court is going to grant them the application for bail no na ye yi omo because man atwe papa enya sem keto 2nd February yebeko so ahwe baby a eye this whole extradition case no ebeko akwakopie. So as it stands now ne de Abu Trika ne ho ayemobo ye papa ensem ne de amanfo chema the court anase emrano was say a year chuma as expected, and whatever be the case no ye hwe animu kwan say bibia ebeko sotote na ye nyina ye hu bibia nsem ne be den ebeko akwakodru. And with regards to ne namfofo anase nipa mienu eka ne ho no omu nyina eda so etwere abankokumu anase they are all in custody because previously lawyers ne ka say nkomo try senko mbenya bail krama 2 no na afi omahu kwa mbefa so ede Abu Trika de no so ayeden atwa so, but then it has been refused that ene womohwe ni mu kwan se High Court ebetimi aye bribi afa home na yama womo bail ebia probably before the 2nd February womo ebekwa kopie mu ewo the Gbese district court. It's quite unfortunate for ayare o sem papa efa this whole Abu Trika and sensema ekoso no ehu, and we are monitoring the issue closely. Ayeshe say ensem bi ebepie free mu ebeba no yede ebeba bedan eye ahwefo ewo ye media way. So now a lot of issues have been happening. I been more acquire more of a carry forward case from 2025 to 2026. Now, yenyina yebe kaya immigration officer and the Stephen King Amwa nanwada yekunu yaya that is him yekunu yaya ehye no a sebe na ya rehosem ye pa wokrom hanum sei no aye chema allegedly na downfo and the ede bright awe wono ene di sanyamra sem ne rehosem we no wakokopie mu e court. And this is not the first time we are making a lot of appearances ye Adabraka district court. A lot of times abusianfo omo Stephen King Amwa abusianfo ene abrante fiso ebi mkra masane na se ahwiane ade bi agene mpoboa. There's a whole lot of issue ene abrantia bright awe wababe kasa awo chiremu a o cheni nsemu efa de CN because ever since ansem ni CN no ye won so we making appearances to court and all that, but yente ne nano de sema wo dia atuja ene we making a confession about this whole issue. Yebeko ne yakotie ne nsema wo de atuja.
I didn't kill my friend. I'm not a murderer. Yeah, but I will pass through this painfully, but that is myself. I'm not a murderer.
That is a year bright away. Ukopiemu ewo Adabraka District Court abusia ena oche mu se ye de asem ena ato ne so se wono ena ekum eye na downfall Stephen King Amwa na we immigration officer, but according to the confession made by Brat Awe no woche mu se enyo no ena ekum na downfall nku na downfall oni mo hwe na asem we ekoba nyina no nipa ba ko a wono nso eka ho a Jaboni kwadu ewa asem hu eye Thomas Ziga wono nso eka Bright Awe hu, but according to Bright Awe ne de wono enya ade a wakum na damfo onimo hwe ene ade a yete se wono ankasa etu nenumutu eka na ensem we beto adwa na abusuafo binum a womo eye Stephen King Amwa na abusuafo enso abekasa wo muchemu se abrante na wo gige na no se nyo no ne kum Stephen King Amwa ne ade no aka ne bre kuma bia ade ba pe eno mu hwe ni mu na yewia ye de ne sentence abon because ontimi embe dada yen eme kwankwan le John be kan chese nyo no ene ku Stephen King Ama edensem na abusiafo edetudwa, and what are they really looking forward to? Yen hwe video we mbra
right now, but in particular he's insane, and that is what I would say, because sometimes so here evidence I got that that's what in the case say we are be any say na some here asem no ebia months and jofo number say it's alleged, but here in that something I say mubi kura na munim say that something munim say evidently clear say media with me emo no say na so meet na kaso won say bia ne ba ko aka na epe na chine nzanka no ntino amma benya anu akasa emo say chiba ko na aka kan ho a case we feel at the high court as a high court started proceedings I think say do na about evidence I parody against no evidence na what because asem we biem ntino I think say so on the barista wakasa enya no nkasa say asem de ba obi atumi ka de okay, but the one na say the Agradaa say the chirewa both asem na kan no so who they di kan na nka nkasa sanity
na osha and the worst does it affect the spirits of the family?
Not at all. Family in there.
That is a relative of Stephen King Amwa, the deceased. Yekunu ya eshe ne body no ene yetin sema woka say Bright Awe awo jije na no so onim hu hwe no one more person e wo so mo chi no e kan wana say me kan say one more suspect ebia wo no ene be ma lot of details and evidence to the happenings no eno pe na aka, but from the evidence any proofs a wo mo Agradaa ni nyina eche say abrante no ene di sa nyamransem no ede ema nyamransem arehosem edman to Stephen King Amwa. Now Obeka say what is this man referring to? Then no kan ho asem den san. It's all about ensema right away kan ya no chim say enyo no na ekum Stephen King Amwa. The video is there. Let's take a retake of it. That is the two suspects, Thomas Ziga and Bright Awe. Our more equipium or court no, or more any wounds and a true Musreni Abasa, and do more era a Adabraka District Court, a brown more equity hearing to a mu case no bill, dear Mao Mubie, or Mudaswa, ewo a year police for Kukumwa, Yeguswa, Edi or Monsem Nechi, a follow baby and Semno, a beko aqua couriers and say Utie, said the and some neck kakona, a year Stephen King Amo Busiafo, Womania Brepa Secrodo, Senya dia, Womo Ebe Jai Ama Brante, Afani who Eddie Cra, because evidences, any proofs, any idea, witnesses near do Manyano, HSA Stephen King Ama Wono, Bright Awe, Enim who Ebi, Ayare was some Yakoswe din some nature Busiafo. Now, ye movie on and Nanwada Arehosemoa. Esi ye ewo kumewuzongo wa asante memu no ebusia ya areho yie pa amanfo bebre na ehye wo mo areho ene wo sentiment, and I mean their grievances on the particular issue ni nyina fa track bi a eti free says room na ekobo saloon bi mu a enipa 9 de wo mo ahwere wo mo nkwa na areho sem wo mu ekire se saloon no madama wo ye adwuma wo ho anase wono na mekane say owner of the salon no, she was pregnant. Intuition screens ne so we see new development on the Kumawu Zongo fatal accident. The hairdresser who tragically passed away has been identified as Madam Esther. In the hairdresser na when the salon na track ne ekobom no edian omudinim no Madam Esther. She had been childless for many years after marriage, but was finally expecting a baby. Sadly, neither she nor her unborn child could be saved. Enti echirema oware ache ye pa na yefunu mo ba de wapebia che na fe ya nyankopon aye na dom a wadum ne bie no na chese arahusem we akoto na wono ene ne ba ne nyina krana na wo mo atoa nananom. I won't see it. Or say Esther's grieving husband shared that he had dreamed about an accident the night before and urged his wife to stay home and not go to the shop that day. Into a trema okunu Madam Esther ekunu no eso daye anadwade ba bechino eno kire ne se maso daye se akwanhye bia ye den esi enti medofo me yere dada me yere enko just wait for me ono nso sorry ya wode ekosi shop on na enumu na ochem said despite his warning she chose to open because a regular customer urgently needed her services. This heartbreaking decision resulted in the tragic loss of her life, her unborn baby, the customer, the apprentice, and a child. International say or no one kasane ne ba nation yem no kra yetu any customer ne ka ho atre apprentice anu one ne wo ho a onu nso eboa no su adwuma wo no so ka ho afo e na abofra ba onu nso ka ho e na say this is a very sad one abusua ayare wo se ma okopie mu e wokuma wuzongo de a timamufo ho ne twadwa adwoye papa ye beka se ye ma abusuafo hyeden na nyame emfa Madam Esther ne omo maka nyina omo ekra ensi because this is very sad. Though amafo ebra kire omo adwene se ne kunu ehu ye no ka kire no se one sign na chi no sign ya ankasabri enipa e ka ne ho apprentice ne ade nyina emfre na customer yi so wankwaso koye niti a kebia Esther betene fie ama onko shia sa akwenhia wo ya enti say ye. It is very sad, but then the other details we got when say sa particular track no that track company omu oni sa track no this is not the first time omu track akwanya akwenhia na ade enti amafo beta Ghana police for said they should run a thorough check and investigation into that particular company. Ebia they don't have experienced drivers, ebia omu tracks na faulty and all that na omunhwe entimi enye bribi enfan because the rate at which emu chema that particular organization ne track ne enyinya akwenhia no, it is very sad. But then you be in same way so na ye di mwesi ha na ya da obi bia say so onya bre e de ehwe.